Alright, how's it going, guys? Don't mind my messy ass workbench. So, I did have footage of everything I did, but files got corrupted, so I'll still do kind of like a step by step. So, first part, pretty much just come over. I just undid my negative terminal through battery, like lid, whatever you want to call it, right here. Set that on top so that way it didn't touch anything. Just did some painting, so I gotta be a little careful. So, pretty much all I did. So, here you've got this bezel, whatever, trim piece. It'll pop right off, and it'll leave you with a T25, a Torx bit screw right here. Go ahead, take that out, and then you're gonna pop out passenger airbag piece. And then there's going to be two more T-bolts right here. Now after you do that, take it out, and then you're going to have to pop out this little trim piece right here. It's going to be a pain because you've got a clip like right about here and right about there. So you'll pop those. You could try and use a screwdriver and kind of feed it in, but I just kind of, where is it? I use these on all my trim pieces, that way they didn't get messed up. But pry on the corner and on your corner, and it should pop out. And then you're going to have another two T25s. Go ahead and undo that, and then just for ease, I went ahead, just popped this whole piece, just went ahead, popped it out, got it out the way. And then your button, just take your little piece and it pops right out, and then you're gonna see your connector. So you undo your connector, your button comes out, and then for all of this, you're gonna have a connection up here, right here, one roughly around here, one roughly in this area, and then you're going to have your USB, your 12 volt, and then your traction control. So I undid all of those so that way I could just pull this whole piece, and obviously this just pops right out. And when you go to put the button in, the button itself is a little bit bigger than your 12 volt. So go ahead. I have Dremels that I use, kind of just Dremel out a little bit around the edge, and then you're going to put your steering wheel all the way up, and I'd put your seat back, and then you're gonna see, actually I have a flashlight, you're gonna see in there, that wire right there, if you can see it, is connected with a little, it's just a little plastic piece. There's no cutting of any wires that you have to do, but if you have small enough hands, reach in there, pop it right out, so that way you can get extra room. And then all I did was, you will see, you can feed it. It's going to be like right over in here. You can feed it through, down, and around to where it'll just go straight up. You'll have plenty of room once everything's dremeled out. I didn't worry about gluing it because it's not going anywhere. And once it's dremeled out, fit it in there, make sure it's aligned on how you want it to align. So I wanted it kind of angled to go with the rest of these. And it retains all functionality, so it glows, still works. My key's in here, so obviously still works. And then I had an old so I had an old Symposer Delete plug from a previous ST that I had, and used it, and it fit perfectly, matches, looks good, and from there yeah, everything works, retains. Go back, put everything together. It's only 5 bolts. Everything for the most part pops right out. If I could, I mean, as you guys saw in pictures, excuse me, I had posted, it glows. It goes with everything, as you can see. Still retains everything. So if you want, you can do a custom button, overlay, pretty much anything you want. And you don't really have to worry about cutting or anything like that. The only thing that you have to cut is this little trim piece, but other than that, it's pretty simple. I honestly thought you would have to cut some wires, but you really don't. But yeah, that's pretty much how you relocate your button. I've seen people create their own little box right here to put it right there, kind of give it that GT350 look, but I wanted something more right here. It looks pretty good right there. You will have a little bit of a gap, which I'm sure you could get something to work to fit right under there, just because it's angled to fit this angle. But I mean, it looks clean, looks almost natural, and I'm not worried about ever having to accidentally hit it. I mean, it's out of the way for me. But once everything's put back together, put your battery back on, test it out, and it should work. That's pretty much all it is.